Southern Europe is experiencing a punishing heat wave this summer, with temperatures routinely pushing past 40 degrees Celsius. This map tracks the immediate haul-out. We are seeing major active fire zones forcing thousands to evacuate across France, Portugal, and Spain. Looking closely at the southern coast, the Andalusia region, specifically Almería, is particularly vulnerable right now. The local terrain here is dominated by scrubland and hills. After weeks of intense sun, the vegetation is completely stripped of moisture. Local authorities and residents are operating under immense tension. The entire landscape is dried out, meaning a single errant spark is enough to trigger a massive burn. When a forest sits in 40-degree heat for weeks, the flora's chemical composition physically changes. The water evaporates, leaving behind volatile oils and dry cellulose. The woodland surrounding these towns becomes pure fuel. That spark came from a piece of failing infrastructure. In a wooded area near the town of Los Gallardos, a power line collapsed. When a live wire hits ultra-dry brush, the electrical arc creates immediate ignition. The surrounding yellow grass catches fire in seconds. Those flames quickly climbed from the ground cover into the dense tree canopy overhead, establishing a rapidly expanding perimeter before emergency crews could arrive. Because the local environment was baked dry by the heat wave, the downed line acted as a match dropped into an open powder keg. It guaranteed an instant and violent escalation. By nightfall, the Inferno's massive scale became visible. Walls of fire crested the mountain ridges, moving rapidly down the slopes toward residential neighborhoods. Andalusia's Health and Emergencies Minister, Antonio Sanz, described the situation as very complex and very fast-moving. The steep, uneven terrain forces wind into unpredictable patterns, pushing the flames in multiple directions at once. In response, the EMA Enfoca agency launched a massive counteroffensive, deploying hundreds of forest firefighters directly into the burn zones. These crews are operating in incredibly hazardous conditions. They breathe thick smoke and fight through intense radiant heat to hack away brush and carve out containment lines in the dirt. Despite putting hundreds of professionals on the ground immediately, standard firefighting strategies simply couldn't keep up. The fire moved too fast to be contained. The deadliest impact of that speed hit just outside Los Gallardos, in the small hillside village of Beidar. The homes here are densely packed together along narrow roads, making any rapid, large-scale evacuation extremely difficult. When the fire front passed and first responders finally breached the village limits, they discovered a horrifying aftermath. This data visualizes the confirmed human toll. At least 11 people are dead and 19 are missing. The chart also tracks 8 people recovering from injuries. 4 are in serious condition from heat and smoke. Officials indicate that a large portion, if not all, of the victims may be foreign nationals living or visiting the area. People unfamiliar with the local geography often lack the context needed to navigate sudden emergency evacuation routes. The unpredictable, multi-directional nature of the fire physically cornered residents. The flames cut off the exit routes, turning a quiet, picturesque hillside into an inescapable trap. First responders found 4 of the victims together, dead inside a vehicle. Because the car had a right-hand steering wheel, authorities believe these 4 individuals were British nationals. They were likely attempting to drive away from the fast-moving fire front before the flames overtook the road. Addressing the crisis, Andalusia's regional president Juanma Moreno publicly declared the event a devastating tragedy. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez offered his condolences, while officials issued a grim warning. With 19 people still missing in the ashes, the death toll is almost certainly going to rise. The loss of life in Beidar shows exactly what happens when aging power lines fail inside a landscape baked by weeks of extreme heat. The resulting fire moves faster than people can run.